Alright, so I'm recording this the night before, but what I'm thinking is it's, I say the night before, it's really the early ass morning. It's like 3:30. Um, it's Sunday, and it's supposed to be a rainy one at that, so I'm thinking I might head to the range early as shit, like right after sunrise basically, and take advantage of the fact that it's going to be rainy and very early on a Sunday, and hopefully the range will be relatively empty. And we're going to take out the 1911 and do some more magazine testing. Now, the thing is, I've changed out the recoil spring from that extra power one I had from Wolf back to the original recoil spring that came with the Rock Island. So for 9mm spec, again, I really should have looked it up before I started recording. Shit, I didn't think about that. It's either 12 pound or 14, or maybe like 12.5. It's somewhere in there, which apparently for 9mm 1911 is already a little on the stiff side. That's the original Rock Island. The Wolf was 14 or 14.5 or 16 or something, I don't remember. But the thing is, I'm switching because if I remember correctly, the Chip McCormick's would run fine, but they wouldn't hold open on the last round. And I'm thinking that what was happening was my slide was running forward over the follower before it had a chance to really lock open, you know? And then I was having those stovepipes with the metal form magazine, and those, again, I'm wondering if my slide might have been cycling so fast that the pistol wasn't having a chance to fully eject those spent casings before it was just snapping forward again. Or maybe it wasn't making it all the way to the rear quite enough to engage that fucking ejector and smack those bitches out of there. So we'll find out. We'll find out if any of this is true at all, or if I'm just completely talking bullshit as an amateur fucking gunsmith. I can't use that term for myself, but yeah, I'm just some fucking idiot 27-year-old playing around with this mess of a pistol. Um, and yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna science it and just fucking do this shit and see what happens. So yeah, everything else, I'm keeping the extra power firing pin spring, but everything else is the same as it has been. I've still got the original Rock Island Armory um, magazine catch in there. I've done nothing with the slide release or the trigger spring or the hammer or the barrel or any of that shit. I've left all of that alone. Only thing I've done, like as far as modifications to the pistol, as I've mentioned before, changing out the mainspring housing and the grips, and a little bit of paint on the front sight. And that's it. Just that stuff in the extra power firing pin spring. So everything inside the pistol is basically stock aside from that spring. And the magazines, I don't remember. I don't remember how I had them configured. The Chip McCormick's, I'm just running them out of the box. The metal form, I might have put an extra power spring in, or I might have just kept the original. I think I kept the original. So those are stock too. We're going to have a stock Chip McCormick mag and a stock metal form, the same ones that I've been using. So if you've seen the other videos, then you already know what you're in for there. And we're just going to see if I get those malfunctions again. I'm going to be running, I think I'm going to take out the arms core ammo. It's just 115 grain FMJs. I also have I got this Hornady shit that I didn't even realize was something weird until I already like got it back home and started looking at it. I think they call it active duty or something. It's very cringe, but everything I do on this channel is, so who am I to judge? It's like this flat nose shit that's apparently some kind of mil spec. Like they apparently adopted a flat nose FMJ for the new what was it, M17 pistol or whatever the military is using now. And this is Hornady's civilian sales of that. I guess they produced a shitload of it, and whatever is surplus is just getting sold on the civilian market, is my guess. Just to keep the machines that make it running when the military isn't necessarily buying a shitload of it at the moment. So, anyways, I've got some of that. If I end up running it, I'll let you know. But I don't think I'm going to, because that just adds in another aspect of like, I don't know if that shit works for fuck or not. Um, was it Horny? No, it was Winchester. It was Winchester. That's why I'm so nervous about it, because I've had some duds with Winchester before. So yeah, it's Winchester, and it's this new wonky weird loading. So I'm anxious to try that shit, but I'm not gonna do it on this trip, and throw in that variable of like, this ammo might suck. But anyways, enough talky talk. We'll cut to the range footage. All right, so you know how people tell you to cycle or rotate or whatever your carry ammo? Well, this kind of shit is why. Do you, if my camera will focus on it, do you see the problem here? There we go. Oh, almost. You can do it, buddy. Come on. I believe in you. God damn it. I don't know all the camera tricks. I can't help it. I'm a fucking caveman. What can I say? Ah, shit. I'm just gonna have to hold it further away. There. You can see it clearly enough. Setback. Bad setback. Let's, pull out another one of these to compare. I've got my, Hornady Critical Duty here. Yeah, you can see how it's supposed to be versus how that one is. I'm not gonna fire that one. I'm not feeling that brave. I'll set it aside, and maybe someday if I actually get reloading gear, I'll pull that, reuse that case or whatever. But I'm definitely not gonna fire that one. So yeah, this I need to burn off these rounds and buy some new carry ammo. I've honestly been way overdue for that. I've been carrying these shits for way too long. Yeah, I've got my snap caps there. This is just like a little, whenever I'm loading FMJs into my mags to take it to the range, I deposit my carry ammo here, and I keep my snap caps here where I, can find them reliably. But yeah, I didn't expect to see that, but I was taking these rounds out of that Chip McCormick mag, and as I was putting them in there, I noticed one of them sat way lower than the rest, and I was just like, hold on, something's fucky there. So yeah, rotate your carry ammo. I would say a year is an absolute maximum, but if you can afford to, freshen it up even more often than that, do so. You don't need to switch brands or switch loadings or whatever, but you do need to switch the actual like exact cases, because I might still rock the critical duty or whatever, critical defense, whichever one this is, but not specifically these ones. These ones I need to shoot and get rid of them. They've done their duty, and it's time for them to retire before they all end up like this sorry bastard here. I haven't seen that before. I've owned guns for a few years now, and carried them the entire time, but I've not yet seen that, because everything going on in my life, I just haven't been getting around to rotating my carry ammo. So yeah, definitely a high priority item now. Anyways, I'll see you motherfuckers at the range.
It wouldn't be so bad except I had to use that damn drop of blood that was in this one was over here. It's right in the center of this one. What you want me to see? It's one is. Yeah. It's right in the center, and it's like a dot right there. Did you see that ring? Yeah. See, it'll never go away. You think, well, that fluid or whatever it is, and you'll never. Through the front. For the cataract surgery, they gotta go in through the side. Take a little thing like a vacuum cleaner to suck that out. But they said, I asked him what the side effects might be, and he said, well, why I haven't done it. I don't know that I'm going to try. I believe this one's a reload. So it's got a Remington primer in it. Yeah. I've been tried it in with nails.
Alright, so as you probably heard, there were people out here, but they left. So at this point, I've fired 3 or 4 full magazines, both of them, without a single issue. No malfunctions, and they've both been locking open on empty reliably. Which I remember the Chip McCormick's did not do that previously. I'm just gonna fucking do it like this. Hopefully you can see over my shoulder. I had some of that Max Tech shit left. Here. This stuff. I had some of this left. So I decided to burn through that, and I also had some of the PMC bronze. So I've been burning through that before we get into the arms core. If I get to the arms core. If I go another 2 or 3 magazines without any malfunctions, not even a failure to lock open on empty, I'm probably just going to call it and say I don't need to burn any more ammo. We're going to come back out here sometime with some hollow points, if that's the case. So far, I gotta say, I like the metal forms and I like the Chip McCormick's. They seem to work better for me than the Wilson Combat or the Trip Research or the Metgar or the factory default Rock Island. As per usual, if you've seen the rest of this series, you already know. But if you're about to ask, like, why don't you film the target? Bro, do you see this shit? There's no targets out there. No real ones. Anyways, I'm just shooting range trash. Because I don't have real targets. At least not... I have paper targets that I could put up at an indoor range. But out here, I gotta find out some way to, like, post this shit in the ground. Shit like that. Like a target stand that isn't going to get obliterated if it gets hit by a bullet. So I don't bother. I just shoot range trash. Like, people have, like, fucking shotgun skeets and shit all up in there, and like cans and bottles and shit that they should not just be leaving out on the public range like this, but they do, and I blow that shit up because it's a convenient target and it gives me tiny little things at various distances that I can just kind of chase around as I'm working through a magazine. So it's kind of not bad to actually practice on, at least I feel like, but like I said, shit probably doesn't belong out here. I thought I just saw somebody, but I'm not positive. Maybe it was just like a bird or a big ass wasp or something. Anyways, I hate to be this guy. I know that being that you're gonna be gun people that are watching this, but I have to. I fucking love this outfit. Hold up. Actually, before I show you that, let me, for the sake of live demonstration, okay, so, see, can you get a decent view of that? Shit, here, let me, I'm sorry, I've kind of wasted your time, but I'm feeling myself today, alright? Give me a fucking break. I have low self-esteem. It's good for me to be myself every now and then. So, ta-da. So it's kind of hard to see, but I have these like tiny shorts on under here. And I'm doing that just so I have a legit waistband, because these are just like fleece lined leggings. I'm doing that to have a legit waistband so that I can do this. I'm kind of having to duck down into the camera. You see that shit? Oh fuck. I almost fucking dropped my phone. Yeah, there's that clinger holster again that I love so much. It's a baggy hoodie, so like it shouldn't be hard to hide something in here. And yeah, it conceals it pretty well. I'm having a harder time concealing my fucking smokes than my pistol. But anyways, I'm gonna run a couple more mags. I don't think I'm even gonna film them because it's getting kind of redundant. And you guys know the drill. You know I wouldn't lie to you, right? Who would go on the internet and just lie, you know? And of course, it's not like I have a sponsorship. Look at my fucking subscriber count. I don't have sponsorships from any of these motherfuckers. So, probably not going to bother filming it. I know you don't care. You're probably screaming at me to get on with it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here, and then we're going to come back with my conclusions afterwards. Unless I get a malfunction, in which case I'll pull the camera back out and I'll try and show it to you. But hopefully not going to happen, as much as it would be entertaining. I'll be right back. Alright, so I had a feeling something would go wrong eventually. I was dreading it. But here we have the Chip McCormick, surprisingly enough, with, it looks like it might be a failure to extract. I'm going to have to take that shit out to find out for sure. So what I'm going to do is flip the camera, making sure that I'm not like looking straight up at my fucking chin, because that would be disgusting. So I have the slide locked all the way back now, actually in the slide lock notch, and I'm stripping the mag. You can see that round is set forward in there. I'm gonna push that back, and yeah, one in the chamber there. Don't know if you can necessarily see that very well. I'm going to drop the slide on it and see if I can just get the extractor to pull it out. So the slide did go all the way forward from what I can tell. And yeah, the extractor picked it up. So yeah, failure to extract or eject. Not quite sure, but there's the casing. Well shit. After those stovepipes the other time, I'm going to flip my camera back around. After those stovepipes the other time with this metal form mag, I thought this one was going to be the one that was going to give me troubles today. I did not expect the Chip McCormick's to pose an issue, and yet here we are. So, I don't know what to think yet. I'm going to cut this and figure out what the fuck I want to say or do. Alright, so I'm sitting here. I'm having a smoke break. Well, I'm thinking about what just happened with the Chip McCormick here. But I thought I would show you. This is that weird fucking ammo from Winchester that I was talking about earlier. This M1152 shit. I didn't realize that this was some funky shit until after I already bought it and walked out of the store and all that. So, there's that. But yeah, you can see the packaging here. Winchester Modular Handgun System, Active Duty, M1152. And it was cheap. It was the same price as that Arms Core 115 grain FMJ over there. That's why I bought it. I just figured it would be regular cheapo brass case shit. And then I realized that it wasn't. regular cheapo brass case shit. It was some kind of weird cheapo brass case shit. So this is what we're dealing with here. I'm gonna have to pull it back a bit. I forgot my camera doesn't autofocus on anything too close. It's flat nosed, which is a little weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said earlier, I don't know how much I trust Winchester. I've had some issues with some of their shit before. Just like the classic, you know, white and red box shit, 115 grain FMJs. I've gotten a couple boxes that have had rounds that were like the bullet itself looked kind of crushed somehow. Like it was pushed into the case so awkwardly that like the lip of the case, like, you know, right there where the case meets the bullet, it was like kind of bent inwards with part of the bullet kind of sloping over the side like it had been split on the rim of the case as it was getting loaded. Shit like that is not unheard of for Winchester, at least in my experience. So for this to be like this wonky loading that's like mil spec or whatever, and it's this hot new fucking handgun that the military just adopted, and yet it's cheap, I'm not sure how much I trust that shit coming from Winchester. Because you would think that everybody would want like the new military handgun cartridge. Something about it has got to be good if the military adopted it, right? It's got to be better than the regular 115 grain bullshit that we usually buy. It seems like it's pretty much the same. It just has a flat nose, and I don't know why the military decided they wanted that. That's for somebody who knows more about it to comment on. But as far as civilian purposes go, I don't know why you would want this shit over something else. Maybe that's why it's cheap. Maybe people are just smart enough to realize that. But usually when something has like the military as a tagline to it, people want it, whether it's a good idea or not. For example, M855, fucking green tip. They're not tracers. They're not necessarily armor piercing. They have better penetration than just your fucking M193, but they're not like straight up armor piercing. And they don't have very good wounding. They're not the most like super fucking match grade shit either. So I don't see what's so great about M855, but everybody wanted it because it's what the military had. You know, until hot new shit came along, like the, what was it, the 262 and the now the M855A1, A2, whatever it is. Of course, I'm talking about 556. You know, like you put in your fucking AR-15. So for that, I was using that as an example of the fact that people want whatever the military has, just because the military has it. So I would have thought that Winchester would be overcharging for some shit like this, considering it's the new M1152. Ooh, super, super interesting and new. And yet it was like $40 for a box of 100 at my local Rural King. So I don't know. This stuff, it could be fine. It could be a grenade. I don't want to find out today. I have other shit going on. I don't want to be worrying about my ammo too much. I say as a man who is shooting arms corps. But you know, I don't want to fuck with it today. I'll find this shit out another day. But yeah, the Chip McCormick magazine. I'm not sure if that was necessarily a magazine issue. It's a 1911. It could just be that my extractor needs some work. Who knows? I will say that since I'm not getting, since my magazines are locking open on empty, I will say that my recoil spring, that extra power spring from Wolf that I had, probably a little too extra power. You should probably stick to the default spring weight in your Rock Island 9mm 1911. You know, go figure. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna stick with the factory spring from now on. I think I'm not gonna fuck with any extra power springs. Probably not gonna fuck with reduced power springs either. It seems like, you know, Rock Island has figured out the spot good enough. So I need to look into the whole extractor tuning thing, which was probably inevitable, considering it is, after all, a 1911. Extractor tuning seems to be something that you just fucking do with a 1911. But aside from that, I haven't had any stovepipes. I haven't had any failures to feed. I haven't had any double feeds. Locking up on my empty, as I said. So yeah, I might just have to tune the extractor a bit. I never did polish my feed ramp. I don't know that I necessarily need to. I haven't seen anything that makes me think that I do. But I mean, hey, might as well, you know? So yeah, I guess I'll look into diagnosing and addressing extractor issues, if that's what the problem was. And, figure out... I don't even really know how to polish feed ramp, let's be real. I need to learn and then actually do it. If it's something that... If it's too risky, if there's too high of a chance that I'll fuck it up and end up, like, ruining the fucking barrel, I'm not going to do it. But if it's something that's relatively low risk, then I'll try it. But aside from that, I think we might be done here. I think we're going to keep comparing the Metal Form and Chip McCormick back and forth. Those two seem to have run better than all of the others. And I think next time I come out here, I'm going to come out here with some fucking hollow points. And we're going to see about selecting a carry ammo. If I can tune in my extractor and not be having malfunctions. I mean, I could get through a few hundred rounds without a malfunction, it seems. As long as I've got the recoil spring tuned in and I'm using the right mags. So that's, for some people, that's probably good enough. For me personally, I would like to get through a couple thousand without malfunctions, because my CZ has gotten through almost 10,000 at this point without ever once having a malfunction. I haven't shot that many through my P64, but it has never had a problem. And I know I've fired at least a few hundred rounds through my P64. That Glock I built, it's had problems, but they've been my fault because of the way that I built it. So I don't know how much I can necessarily comment on that. It was one of those 80% frame builds, and with, a mashup of different brands of parts. Everybody's spec is a little different. Some parts just don't play so well with others. So I wouldn't say that Glock sucks based on that. I will say that Glock sucks in terms of ergonomics. In my opinion, Glock makes a fantastic pistol in terms of working and doing whatever the fuck it's supposed to do, but you're gonna hate it the whole time because it feels like shit to actually use. That's the only issue with Glock, is it just feels like shit. But as far as a pistol goes, it will pistol all fucking day. So there's my take on Glock, in case you've ever wanted to fucking know that. I'm sure nobody does, but I'm just sitting here smoking and jawing your fucking ear off. Probably cut it here, I guess. I'm probably done for the day, frankly. I've already burned through like a fair bit of ammo. I'm not trying to use up my entire stock. I don't want to be spending that kind of money right now. But yeah, I'll come back out here with hollow points sometime. So I'll see ya.